What's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to turn my regular passenger car into a tow vehicle. So what in the world would be the purpose of doing something like this? Well, in my quest to ever find ways to save money so that we can have more money to do the things we really want to do, like a movie theater, things like that, I sold my truck. Now, I used to have a big diesel pickup truck and I pulled trailers with it, made money with it, stuff like that, had lots of fun, but it cost a lot of money. Now I know I don't have to buy a big diesel truck. I could have a smaller truck, doesn't matter. But I decided to go from a big honking diesel truck all the way down to a very cheap, no more stinky car. Didn't cost me hardly any money, 4-cylinder, good on gas, put the whole family in it. But now I'm starting to get to the point to where I'm gonna need to tow, or not tow, but haul bigger things. So I'm probably gonna get a little trailer, something like that, so I can put big pieces of plywood in. So today I'm gonna put a receiver hitch on the back of the car. Let's see how I do it. Alright, so got the car up on jack stands, easier to work on underneath. Let's check out what we have to work with. Of course, this is a 2011 Fusion SE. I believe we're going to utilize these holes in the frame. Come over here, and the holes on the other side. From watching a few YouTube videos, some instructions, we're gonna have to take the muffler loose from here. The good thing is, I believe I can just pull the muffler through this rubber hanger, put a jack stand under it, pull it down out of the way. Be able to put the bolts in, slide the receiver in place. The receiver I bought straight from Amazon, Reese Towpower. Has a part number on it. Of course, there's no reason to tell you the part number because you probably have a different car. Search and you'll find the right piece that you need. Very simple. This one was about $100. Comes with all the hardware down there, maybe some instructions. We'll see. Okay, now let's talk about some things that come in the kit with the Reese Towpower. Consumer information. Look at that. Different languages. What's in consumer information? How to figure out trailer weights. Things like that. Tongue weight. All the types of things that keep you from killing yourself and or other people. Keep this in the car. You'll always have it. Alright. What else? We have instructions or instrucciones. Whatever language you speak. There it is. Too easy all the way down. Tells you how to use the bolts, all the hardware. Even tells you at the bottom what the torque should be. There's no excuse to not install this thing properly and to be nice and safe. Now, this car is not designed by Ford to pull any trailers, but obviously we're going to be real easy with it. The receiver itself is designed to pull 2,000 pounds. We're not going to come anywhere near that type of weight. We're just going to be pulling big, or it's going to be a regular trailer, but we're going to put objects that are too big to get into the car, we're going to put in the trailer. So it's more of a size thing than it is weight. Home Depot's 3 miles down the road. Lowe's is half that distance. Not that big of a deal. Now the frame of some cars, and I can see where this one could be this way, are a little bit restrictive as far as trying to get the hardware mounted and in place where it needs to be. So what they give you, got your carriage bolts, you got what they call a pull wire. So what it is, if you can't get the bolt in position, you kind of throw everything up into the frame, use the pull wire to pull everything down into position. So to install it, thread the bolt onto the pull wire, just like so. This has a spacer, so then you will take the spacer, put it onto the pull wire. Now it frees you to be able to take this carriage bolt and just throw it up into the frame with the spacer on it. Then as you get everything pulled into place, all you have is the wire sticking out. So then you just pull the wire all the way through. It's going to pull the spacer and the bolt into position. That's what we're going to try to do. Alright, so the forward bolts, the carriage bolt head is too big to go through that little hole. So what I'm going to do, it's probably in the instructions, but I decided to go ahead and just get started. You know how guys are. I'm going to fish this wire. I've already got the rear bolt in there. I'm going to take this wire, see if I can fish it through here. Hopefully see it somewhere around here. Come on out. I'm gonna have to put the camera down. We'll see if it works. Success, we got it. As you can see, I have two wires sticking out. One of them is gonna be for the rear bolt. The other one's gonna be for the forward bolt. As you can see, I fished it through. It didn't take but maybe 30 seconds of finagling. I didn't even get potty mouthed. Pretty simple. Now I will pull on this end. That will pull this bolt through. And I have to put the camera down again to maneuver them into place. But once you get them up through that bigger hole, you can pull them on back and then they'll be in place for the receiver. Repeat the same thing on the other side. Before we go to the other side, I just want to show how easy this is. All I did was pull on the wire, came through. As you can see, the spacer comes all the way up to the hole. Kind of move that around a little bit. Pull on this wire, do a little jink. Look at that. With one hand, the other hand holding the camera. And I'm doing this looking through a viewfinder. Come on down here, let's see if we can get this one. Get it lined up with the frame. Bam! Too easy. Thank you, Reese. Not Reese Witherspoon. Reese Towpower. Thank you to her too. She does make some good movies. Anyway. Now to move this exhaust out of the way, all I did was kind of push up on the mount or the whole muffler, but then down, up and down. If you do like that, it'll slowly pull this rubber piece up over the metal mount. Obviously it's coned like this, so it's easy to go on, but harder to come off. You just work it back and forth, it should come right off. And as simple as that. Only took about a minute. Wiggle back and forth. You can see now the space that we have. We can pull down Get to those two, and that shows you the importance of those wire pulls now also. If you pan back a little bit, a little less space in the other side. If you need to, you can go forward, another hanger here. You can pull it loose, the muffler would come down even further, but I don't think I'm going to need to do that. We'll leave it like it is. You know, I'm quite amazed how easy this installation is going. I hope I haven't jinxed myself. Any mechanic knows that start bragging on a job, it's going to get difficult real soon, mess you up. But I got this side in quicker than the other side. Bolts are in, ready to go with spacers. The reason though is I knew how to do it once I did the easy side, so that's what you need to do. Easy side first. Ooh, son. There we go. Some of us should have been born with 3 arms. God is thinking, no, dummy. So I designed you to be in a community with people who help you. Oh. Oh, bumper. Oh, plastic's in the way. There we go. Look at that, too easy. Holy macanos. Let's see what's going on over here. I think I can take these wires off. Like this stuff to make sure I can use the bolt stuff. That's pretty easy. Oh, I look mad at him. There we go. Got it that time. Pull this off. Washer. And the nut. No problem. All right, let's talk conical washer. Concaved. Thumb side is bowed out. Where my index finger is, it's concaved. Pretty sure this is acting somewhat like a lock washer. Instructions don't tell you which way to put it, but it seems to me that you would want the concave portion up against the hitch. You also have these little tabs on here. We'll call them cleats. I don't know. Might not do anything. Push it up against there. You're going to tighten the nut down. It's going to tend to push on the part that's sticking out. It's going to have a tendency as it tightens down to have the concave straightened out, and that's going to give the most amount of grip on everything. Makes sense, right? Of course it makes sense, because I did that one backwards. But I can just pull it off and do it again. Simple. Be mindful of that. Now with my conical tooth washers installed correctly, time to get a torque wrench. Got those all the way to the other side. Pull the muffler down. Not focused. Not surprised. Now you see those. Now I just figured something out that you're not gonna believe. Try to find sockets to fit these nuts, and obviously I'm going to pick up metric first. I had no metric sockets to fit exactly right. I'm thinking, is it actually standard? Why, yes, 11/16 standard. Look at that. Are you serious right now? Thank you, Reese. Not Reese Witherspoon. Hey, did you hear that Reese Witherspoon died? Wait, I just messed that joke up. Never mind. Look it up. You can get somebody with it. Standard socket. Torque wrench. Set to 50 inch-pounds. Look, man, if you ain't got a torque wrench, go to Harbor Freight. Get you a torque wrench. They don't cost that much. Harbor Freight's not perfect, I get it. But at least this thing will get you in the ballpark of the proper torque. All hardware torqued. Good to go. I double checked all four. They're good, and as you can see, this is a hitch that hides behind the back bumper. So you don't have this big hunk of metal sticking out below the bumper that can be seen, but also it's less to drag on the ground. Low clearance car. Now see if we can get this muffler back in place. Alright, that part took 2 hands, but I got it on there. As you can see, the hanger is barely inside that hole. See if we can just push it on. Too easy. And look at that. It's installed. Muffler is good. Torqued. Muffler in place. Check it from the outside. Now from the back of the car, this is all you're gonna see. You have a black plastic with the muffler. There's all you're gonna see, and that's all that could potentially drag the ground of the hitch. Too easy. And just like that, my car is a tow vehicle. My little bitty car. Now, the trailer I plan on getting is a trailer that's a 4x8, but then it's got the front and back fold down. You could put 12-foot length materials on it, stuff like that. Real light stuff, I know. But I still don't have to rent a truck, don't have to buy a truck, nothing like that. Don't have to borrow somebody's truck. We'll see in a later video. Also in a later video, I'm going to do the trailer wiring for this car. But it's starting to get kind of hot out here. As you can see, the sun's really coming up. Time to take a shower, go inside in the air condition. But let's talk about the Reese Witherspoon joke. I'm not joking about somebody dying, nothing like that. But one of my kids got me one day on the joke, and I messed the joke up from the beginning. So if you'd like to hear it, here it is. So what you do is you say, hey, did you hear about that actress that died? Actress? What was her name? I don't know. Her name was Reese, well then the person's gonna know, oh, you mean Reese Witherspoon. You say, oh no, not with a spoon, she died some other way. Corny, I know. One of my kids got me on that joke. Whatever. Now, if you like this video, want more instructions, stuff like that, comment below, like, subscribe, come back for more videos. At a later date, I'm gonna put the trailer wiring together on this car, show you how to do that.